Okay, my name is Godfred Akrofi, PhD student in management, specifically information systems management, and my topic is IT project governance in project delivery, key processes, activities, roles, and responsibilities. Now to the abstract. The general objective of the work was to contribute to the general body of knowledge and research work in the area of managing IT projects successfully. And for the statement of the problem, I picked it from the report from the UK government, the Office of Government Commerce of the UK government, in conjunction with the National Audit, who came out with a list of about 8 causes of project failures. And out of the 8, 6 of them were attributed to governance issues, AON 2011. And this shows clearly that governance activities in project management are really important, and failure to place premium on them can result in project failures. So the research work was therefore intended to come out with IT governance frameworks that can help resolve the problem of failure of IT projects resulting from governance issues. 4 IT program managers and 8 IT project managers were talked to on a variety of IT project governance issues. And the frameworks were developed based on a combination of literature and then experts' input, observation, and so on. So the governance framework depicts project management processes, project activities, project governance activities, roles and responsibilities of key stakeholders, key milestones, approval bodies, signatures, and so on, to ensure successful delivery of IT projects. Now to the introduction. Governance originates from the Greek to steer or to guide. The word governance is linked with words like government, governing, and control. Clark et al. 2008. And then in organizational setting, governance provides a context or background for ethical decision-making and managerial action in an organization that is dependent on lucidity, accountability, and defined roles. That is Mueller 2009. Now, there are 2 main views on governance, 2 main views or 2 main views on government. The first class of people suggest that each unit within an organization needs its own governance. And this view of governance seems to be very popular among IT managers, project managers, officials within government departments, and academics who work solely within these disciplines. Their take is that governance is a function of management, and that each governance practice operates independently from the other, and in practice they do not mix or there is no integration. Now, the second view is championed by organizations such as OECD and various institutes of directors, Australian Institute of Company Directors, etc. And they are saying that governance is a single process with different phases or sides. An example, they argue, is a governing organization under various themes or subjects: governing relationships, governing change, governing the organization's people, financial governance, viability, and sustainability. So these are the 2 main views on governance. Now, IT governance refers to the management framework within which IT projects, program, and or portfolio decisions are made. So it's a framework. It's a framework within which IT projects, program, or portfolio decisions are made. And then, according to Wilson and Cornell, project governance is a framework that sets out the structure, resources, communication, reporting, and monitoring systems to manage a project in consonance with an organization's corporate or strategic vision. And then they continue to say that project governance is a framework which certifies that the project has been rightly thought of and is being implemented or done in accordance with best project management practice and within the broader framework of the organization. That effective project governance is about making sure that projects deliver the value expected of them. Now, according to the Department of Treasury 2012, the 4 key principles of effective project governance are: 1. Establish a single point of overall accountability or responsibility. 2. Ownership of service delivery determines project ownership. Stakeholder management must be separated from project decision making, and then you should be able to distinguish or differentiate between project governance and organizational structures. And then, according to HM Treasury again, the main activities of project governance relate to how the program is directed. So the direction, how projects are owned, and the sponsorship. So we talk about ownership and sponsorship, how to ensure the efficiency or success of project management rules. So efficiency and success of project management rules, and how to report and disclose. How to report. So these are the 4 main activities of project governance. Materials and methods. As I said before, I talked to 4 IT program managers and 8 IT project managers on a variety of IT project issues. And then I also use literature and other documentation from these companies. The telecom company was used as a case. Now, results and discussion. From the focus interview with the program managers and the project managers, I was able to come out with this model or a framework. And the first box talks about the idea, which is derived from strategy, operations, or competition. Every project has sources. One of the sources of a project is strategy, which is in line with the strategy, the long strategy or the medium strategy of the organization. And then it can also come out from operations. And then it can come out from competition. Sometimes you may not even be ready to embark on projects, but because your competitors are embarking on projects and improving their systems, you are also forced to do that. We even have other sources like the vendors and the manufacturers. Sometimes they say that this particular equipment is not receiving support again, and so you have to go in for the new equipment that they have developed or manufactured. And so these are all sources of projects. Once you are able to identify these sources of projects, it goes through a thought process. That is consideration. You consider all these projects, and then once it goes through a thought process, you want to align these projects that you have chosen to do with the vision, with the objectives and the values of the organization. Because if you don't align them with the vision, with the values and with the objectives of the organization, you may do the projects all right, but they may not create value at the end of the day for the organization. So you want to align them.
Godfred, sorry to interrupt you.
Hello? Hello?
Your face is not, yeah, your face is not clear. Can you please adjust?
Okay.
Can you please adjust your video? Okay, yeah, okay, it is better now. You can.
So we want to align the projects with the strategy of the organization, with the vision and then the values, in order to create value. Other than that, you embark on projects and at the end of the day, they will not create value. So after that, you want to do an initial business case assessment. This is an initial business case assessment you want to prove why the projects would have to be done. You want to prove why the projects will have to be done. That is initial business case assessment. And then an approval to start feasibility is also given. And then once approval to start feasibility is given, you go through a detailed feasibility study. We have various forms of feasibility. You can talk of financial feasibility, which talks about the funding, whether you have funding, is it equity or it is debt, or a combination of equity and debt. You can talk about the economic feasibility, which basically is the cost and benefit analysis. You do a cost and benefit analysis. You use your capital structure models like the evaluation models, MPV, and the rest to determine whether economically it is prudent for you to embark on the project. You can talk about other feasibility, technical feasibility, whether you have a technology in place to support your project. If you don't have a technology in place to support your project, like if you want to wire a whole company, give an internet to a whole company, you know that you can talk of what? LAN. LAN is a technology that you can use, local area network. So once you want to embark on a project, you should think about the technical feasibility, whether you have a technical solution for the project. You can also talk about operational feasibility, whether the project that you are going to embark on, people will be ready to use it, whether management supports it, whether you have the expertise, the people to help you deliver that project. So you come out with all these feasibilities, cultural feasibility, political feasibility, etc. Once you are able to do that, you prepare a report, a feasibility report, a summary of all the findings, and then it goes for review. And then at the review, they approve the business case and the feasibility. If the business case and the feasibility, they are not approved, the project cannot continue. So once they are approved, then you move on to the kickoff meeting. That marks the start of the project, official start of the project. And at that place, all stakeholders needed, all stakeholders, important stakeholders for the delivery of the project must be present. And over there, the ground rules are shared, and there is commitment from everybody, and the objectives, in fact, the charter, the components of the charter, of the project charter, is discussed over there. The mandate, who has the responsibility, the day-to-day responsibility of the project, and the benefits, and all the other things, the controls, the time scales, and everything, they are all discussed over there. At the end of the kickoff meeting, nobody should leave the place with a confused mind. Everybody must be clear about whatever is going to happen in the delivery of the project. So the kickoff meeting is very important. Then it moves to the implementation stage, where we have the technical leads who take over and implement the project. They do the actual implementation. So the technical leads take over here. Then after that, it moves to the testing phase, where you can have a unit testing, system testing, and even user acceptance testing, and various forms testing is done over here. Once the testing is done and is ready for service, it comes to that level, ready for service. And then after ready for service, it moves straight to the live environment and go live or deployment. Live environment or go live deployment. We have various forms of deployment. We have direct changeover, where you do a cutover, and then the new system comes online. Straight away, you have power run, where you run the tool, and then you phase out the old system and the new one takes over. You can even have a pilot where you choose a particular unit, and then you deploy the system fully over there and make sure that the users play with it, come out with their comments and everything, and then you go.
Godfred, sorry to interrupt you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we are running out of time. Can you
Hello?
conclude?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are running out of time. Can you make it short and conclude?
The live or the go live or the deployment, you move to the handover, where you give to operations team, and then you close the project. And then sometimes the developers will be around sometime to help in the maintenance of the system, and then that is it. So this is what the discussion that I had with the project managers, this is what I was able to put down. And when you come to the conclusion, I'm saying that the initial stages of projects are very crucial and must be painstakingly executed to ensure success at the end of the day. This is achieved by following the right processes and procedures interspersed with approvals before the next stage is taken. These are all governance activities. Project governance is crucial throughout the entire process to ensure a single point of overall accountability and responsibility, ownership of service product delivery, direction of the project in general, total sponsorship of project, efficiency or success of project management rules, and to report and to disclose. And then, project governance activities are totally different from project activities and must not be confused, but are integral to the success of the project. Project delivery without project governance breeds corruption, compromise on standards and quality, ineffectiveness, delayed projects, lack of proper communication and reporting, project funding problems, ownership and direction issues, etc. Thank you. I'm done.